Yo, what up guys? Today I wanted to try something new. Still RuneScape, don't worry, but I've recently started making merch. For example, the wall torch in the background, and I have started getting into doing 3D modeling and that sort of stuff, and I am so bad at it, like so bad. But I want to get better at it, but I also wanted to sort of implement it into my content a little bit, because then I'll have to learn, and it'll be something different. Now I wanted to keep it RuneScape related for this channel, because this channel is about RuneScape. Now I recently, a few months ago, made this. Now this, it's nothing over the top cool, but it's a shard of, or sliver of Lang, one of them, right? It's in green because I had loads of green around, so I printed it in green. That's why it's green. I wanted to try and make a full-size blue version, and I kind of got part of the way there. I just couldn't get the lighting to work. I wanted to do lighting and make it really cool and finish it off, but I just couldn't get it to work without looking a little bit crappy. So I have a lot to learn. But I put a post up on YouTube recently, actually quite a while ago now, if you guys remember it, where I asked what your favorite gods were and to vote on all the gods. You guys voted for Armadyl. So in this video, we're going to try and make a life-sized Armadyl Godsword. We're going to try. So in this video, I will go and grab the models from Alt 1 and show you guys how I do that, and then break it up into different pieces and ideally be able to 3D print all the different pieces and have a full-sized or close to full-sized Armadyl Godsword. That's going to be the goal by the end of this video. It's something new. It's not been done really in RuneScape on YouTube, I don't think, before. So it could be something that's like really cool to do for different types of videos. Let me know what you think. But overall, I just want to learn how to do 3D modeling. You're gonna notice the ways that I do things, and if you guys do Blender, if you guys use any sort of 3D modeling and stuff like that for 3D printing, you're probably gonna think, what are you doing? Let me know what I should be doing in the comments, and maybe at some point I'll get like some lessons or something. I'll pay for someone to teach me how to do stuff. I don't know. Anyway, let's see if we can get started with this, shall we? Now, the way that I would normally do this is head over here to Alt 1 or Rune Apps, where you download the Alt 1 toolkit, but it has a model viewer for RuneScape in here. You drag your game files in here and then you can open them up. And if you search on the item bit over here, so if I put Armadyl Godsword, you're going to see I can bring up the models for those specific things. So you put Armadyl Godsword, and you can see there's the model for the current, let's actually hide the floor here, the current design of the Armadyl Godsword. Now I'm not going to do this one because, let's be honest, this one's way nicer. This one's like everybody, let's be fair, if I didn't make this one, people would probably be kind of sad. And also, this is probably going to be easier for me to do than trying to make the new one as it is right now, because the new one, the design of it is insane, and I have a lot of practicing and learning to do. So we're going to go with the retro one, and we're going to go and take this model and hopefully be able to turn this into a full-size, real-life, 3D printable model here. And what I'll do is I'll put all the files, because this is going to need fixing. I don't know if you can tell, but like sometimes as you move the camera around, you can see like invisible parts, and it's not going to just be able to be printed like that. And I'm going to have to separate this into different sections as well to make sure that it prints and I can actually use it as a full-size thing, because the 3D printer is not going to be able to do that. So what we do is you're going to export. We go to STL, because that's what we're going to use, and we press save, and then we have the model here. Now I need to take this into like Blender or into something else. At the moment I just use Blender sometimes, and I use Tinkercad quite a lot as well, just because it's simple and very like noob friendly. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I'll put like a little montage next of me editing up all those pieces, so that you can see that, because so far it's not going to be a whole lot for me to talk about. So let's get this edited up and ready to go. So here in Blender, all I was really doing is separating the model up into 3 different pieces, so that I had the hilt, the actual handle bit, and then the main blade. That way I could put this into Tinkercad, because I find this a little bit easier. As you can see here, I have split it all into completely different size pieces, and I've scaled it up to be the size that I actually want it to be. Now I've broken it down into pieces that will actually fit into my printer, and there's a lot of pieces, as you can see, because this thing's huge and my printer doesn't have that much of a height. So yeah, I'm very new to this 3D modeling stuff. Making stuff from scratch, I probably wouldn't have a clue, but I really want to learn, so all tips are welcome. Or if you know a place that's actually good to learn, other than just like maybe YouTube, I guess, or like a good channel to watch, then let me know in the comments. That'd be super helpful. So I think it's all scaled, and I think that this is all good. This is most of the blade, and the first print's going to be about 8 hours and 40 minutes. So a lot of time for it to go wrong. I actually think I need to add supports just to be safe. We'll add supports to this stuff, and we'll do that now real quick. Otherwise I'm going to forget. Actually, it's already enabled. it doesn't seem to think that we need it. Okay, we'll just trust it. If there's anything I've learned, it's trust the software. It seems to know, right? So we'll leave it at this. 8 hours and 40 minutes for most of the blade. I still have to do all the little like edge bits, right? The bits that like stick outwards. That's going to be like another 3 or 4 prints on their own. And then there's the handle and the hilt as well. So this is going to be a long time, but we'll get this printed, and then once it's all out, we'll glue it all together, do the painting, do the sanding and all the extra little bits, and see what we've got. Alright, so here is the last piece that we needed. This is, can you guys tell? This is the hilt. This is the hilt. Now, this thing was a nightmare to print, and you can see the quality is a little bit rough here. So we'll need to sand it down a little bit, but it's gonna get painted anyway. But this was a nightmare, bro. This was an absolute nightmare to print, as you can see. I tried first of all standing it up like this. It didn't work. This would have come out a lot cleaner though, as you can see. But we just had to do it this way. So, with that done, we now have pretty much everything we need. So, we're going to take this off and get it all ready to go. Whoa, why does that not want to come off? Damn, that was crazy. So let's take it off, and then remove all the supports and stuff, and start building our sword. Alright, so everything is now finished and printed. We've got everything off. We've got loads of these little supports on there. As you can see, we need to take them off. That's the next step. The last thing I printed was this, which is the actual hilt. It's come out alright. We've got loads of stuff to take off the back. This is probably be a nightmare. For those of you who don't do 3D printing stuff, this just snaps right off. And it's just supports to make sure it's all level. Now, we have a little bit of crappy printing on the back here, as you can see, but we'll tidy all that up and make sure it's nice and clean. And if I have to reprint it a different way, I will do, but I think it should be okay. So the goal at the moment is pretty much just get all this stuff snapped off. It should take a long ass while probably, especially for this one, so we'll do this one at the end, screw that. The satisfying ones are going to be these. They're just going to snap right off. We get these big pieces here, get them off. These two go together like this. Can you tell which bit this is for, maybe? We're hoping it actually goes that way around, I think. And the handle, this should hopefully slot into there, I think. I'll figure it out. It might just be this one even. So taking this stuff off is a nightmare and takes absolutely ages, but we finally got it done and it was nice and clean. It actually looked pretty good. So next I just need to sand down one side of the hilt. So while it might not look like it's all that much improved, this feels a lot smoother now. And it still has the textures on there from the lines, but it's a hell of a lot smoother to actually touch, which is good. That's exactly what I wanted. And we don't have all the little dangly stringy bits as well. And once the paint's on here, you won't see all the different like messy bits anyway. This side's quite clean and tidy, it's pretty good. This side is now smooth and there's no rough edges on it. So I think we're pretty much ready to assemble this and make sure it all fits together. And then as long as it all fits together, we're ready to paint it, which I don't know if you can see right now, but it is by far the most miserable day ever. So we're probably not going to be painting any like all that much today. We've got these paints here. Got some metallic silver, and we've got this blue here for the handle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint this string here with this. I'm going to wrap that around the handle here to make the actual grip as well. I really hope this rain stops at some point, but oh well. Right, let's get this assembled. Okay, so I've just popped the first top bit of the handle, which you can see on here, just this bit here. into these two pieces here. Now these were printed separately and they had to clip together. Now they're a little bit uneven on the top here. I'll sort that out at some point. And it kind of looks like we're getting somewhere, right? Like you can kind of see how this is gonna go. How cool is this? Right, so now what we need to do is we have all these other pieces, of course. This is gonna take a lot of like gluing together and sorting out. I'm hoping super glue is gonna be enough. I bought this. I don't know whether it's gonna be any good or not. We're gonna give it a go. I don't know. But the next thing to do is pop this here inside this. So let me quickly put you guys here so that I can show you this. So this bit is just to go and sit in the end here, and the hilt sits in there nicely. So this should just slot in until it's nice and secure. Now we have the hilt as well. I'm not going to push it all the way in. When we've painted it, I'll push it all the way in properly. But then this is going to be glued onto this here. And what we have now is the actual handle with a hilt. How cool is this going to be when this is all painted and actually secured together properly? Look at this, man. This is insane. Look at the size of my one hand. I can fit both hands on there. So that goes together. Then we just need to get the rest on top. Needs painting as well. But I think we're good to go. This is the main bit that was going to be a concern, whether that would fit into there and whether that would fit into there. And it's all working real. Like look at this, man. Look at this. How cool is this, bro? This is gonna be amazing. I'm actually buzzing. I know I probably feel like I don't know. I hope this all goes perfectly. It probably isn't gonna break anything. I probably have to be pretty gentle with it once I'm done. But we could have a Godsword by the end of the night. Just need to paint it at some point. Right, so we've got blue, but we don't need that right now. Put that there. We've got this. I think these are both the same. I think. Anyway. All this needs to be metal, pretty much. So we go with this. Let's see how it goes. So they may need a second coat, but they look pretty good to me so far. There's a few like spotty bits on here, but I think with a second coat that should go away. I don't have a clue, but either way, that's fine. And then of course we need to flip them over once they've dried a bit, and just go ahead and do the other sides. But so far, looking pretty nice. Not too bad. Right, we'll let it dry. And then we'll get on the next bit. I'm sure there's plenty of you guys watching going, what are you doing? But we'll learn that bit, it's all good. It looks so good now actually, what the hell? So let's do the other side and then these bits are done. Then we'll get the rest. You can see this bit's warped here. If I need to reprint that one I will, it's tiny. I'm glad that the only bit that's warped is the tiniest piece. But other than that, we're nearly done. We'll get this finished, and then we'll get the blue out, do the hilt, do the string, and then assemble in time. Alright, so we've got the hilt here ready to go with the blue. I hope this is, I mean, it's as close as I could find, so should be okay. And then we've got the last bits of the metal over here. They just need doing on the other side, and then a second coat, and then we're done. The other ones are just drying off. And then what we're going to do is we're going to paint this string with the same colour, because the handle matches the hilt, right? And I'm hoping that this will take the colour. It might not, maybe we'll have to get something else. Hoping if I paint this the same colour, we can wrap that around the handle, and it should look pretty good. But let's get these sprayed and see how it comes out. I'm hoping it's going to all come out really well. Like so far, these metal things are looking great. Like it looks, they're looking really good, better than I expected. So let's try the blue, see how this goes. We've got the card here, just to not get any silver on it because we don't want to do that. And well, I guess here goes. Maybe test over here first. Ooh, is that? It might be alright once it's dried. It is what it is. We're going in. Here we go. Oh yeah, that's pretty good actually. I like that. That's fine. Yeah, this one's definitely a bit messier than the other one. What the hell? Okay. Oh no, you're joking. No. How many of you saw that coming? I bet some of you did. I should have seen that coming. Okay. Now, is the string going to take the colour? Or is it, maybe it won't work actually. Let's just try it with this bit here. Oh no, that's going to be good. Yeah, this is going to look real cool when it's done. Alright, give that like 10 minutes. And then we'll come back and see how it's done. Man, that was messy as hell. Maybe we need a different brand. I don't know why that's done that. Weird. Alright, so the next thing we need to do is glue these two pieces together to make the handle, which is going to be this. You can see that the shines come out pretty good. Like, you can still see the lines a little bit. Maybe it'll need another spray afterwards, but I'm going to build it all together now, and then I can wrap the handle as well. So this needs gluing together here. Hopefully it's going to hold. This will be our first test to see if this glue is actually going to be any good. I have no idea, bro. I guess there's only one way to find out. So this is set like already, and you can see I've got the thumbprints on here because this paint hasn't fully dried, I guess, but it's fine. It's just on the handle, but this is set and it's strong. I wasn't going to test this on anything later, but if it's feeling this strong, maybe we'll kill like a watermelon or something. But look at that so far. So now we're just going to wrap this thread around it to get the handle done. This is going to take me absolutely ages, but it should be worth it once we're done. So we're nearly there for the first lot, but I do need to paint some more string. But it's looking pretty decent. Like, it definitely needs another layer to make it like actually covered properly and look really good. But once we clear off the gap and we get another layer on there, it's going to look really good, I think. So we have the first layer of the grip. Feels pretty good. It's nice to have a different sort of feeling on it compared to the rest of the actual sword. So far, bro, this thing looks, it feels good to hold as well. Like, look at that. Look at this. Imagine that with the hilt in there and the rest of the sword on the end. This is going to be so cool. I cannot wait. The next step had me assembling the rest of the blade. This thing is huge and has a lot of different pieces to actually do. The glue did really well though. I'm impressed with how strong this was considering the amount of time I let it set in between pieces, but I didn't have any issues with this at all. It just went straight away. Bits of glue leaked here and there. We'll tidy that up later on, but otherwise we're pretty much there. We are very, very nearly done. Alright, so it's day 2. I couldn't quite finish everything off yesterday. However, this is looking really nice. We've got the string added on for the handle now, and you can see there's no gaps left in there. There's a little bit of off color where the paint didn't fully catch on the last bit because we ran out of paint, but I kind of like it. I think it makes it look a bit like, I don't know, used. Maybe that's cope, but it is what it is. But the really cool thing is this. So, as you can see, we are pretty much fully done with the whole thing. I've reprinted the bottom bit, looks a lot better. This last bit now just needs a little bit of repainting. You can see there's like streaks from glue that dropped. There's like fingerprint marks, so I was handling it quite a lot. So we're going to give this one more big like spray off all the way around while it's decent weather outside. It's a bit windy, but there's no rain, so that's good. Then all we need to do is connect these two together, add the hilt on the bottom, and then we're done. We can have a good look at it, see how it feels. See if it holds up when I'm like moving it around and stuff. Probably not going to hit anything. I don't think it's going to hold for that. I would need to have put supports in the middle. Next time if I make another one, like a different version, then I'll like put a big hole down the middle of the prints. Then I can just put like a metal rod down the middle. I should have done that with this one really. It actually would have assembled easier too.
we'll do that next time for sure. But yeah, other than that though, super happy with it. Let's get outside, paint the last bit, and get it done.
Okay, so before we see the final thing, I just wanted to quickly interrupt and say, if you enjoy this sort of video and you want to see more, please leave likes, leave comments, tell me about it, because if you tell me about it, regardless of how well the video does, I'll keep making more things. I had an absolute blast, and I definitely want to make more of this sort of thing in the future. So if anyone is interested at all, I'll go ahead and I'll just do it because it's fun. However, these sort of videos are also pretty pricey. I've got to buy paints, I've got to buy the plastics that you saw, and I've got to run the 3D printer for like 2 days straight pretty much, and I also had to reprint the whole blade of the sword as well, so they're pretty expensive and probably not going to make any sort of grounds on covering the costs of it on the ad revenue of this video. So if you do want to see more and you want to support the channel at the same time, then check out the Patreon, and in future anything that I make that is actually shippable, I will be picking a patron member and sending it out to one of you guys. I'm not going to need tons of these things sitting around my office. As you can see, it's already pretty cluttered, so you guys may as well get your hands on it. So anything that I make that will fit in a box, I will pick a patron member, or we'll do like some sort of in-game event, and the winner can take that as well. So if you are interested and you want to support the channel as well, then go over to the Patreon, have a look. It would be insanely appreciated. Okay, let's take a look at this sword. And there it is, the finished Armadyl Godsword. I'll be honest with you guys, I really do like it, but I do feel like I have a lot to learn on making this a lot better. I really wish I didn't have to print the blade in so many pieces, but of course this is a really, really tall project in terms of like size, and so it took like a lot of different parts to be able to print and then glue together. This is definitely not the strongest structural design. However, the glue that I got with a bit of a primer and the glue itself, it's pretty damn strong. Like, I can't break apart the pieces without really trying. And while it will probably break if I tried to hit something with it, it does hold and it's pretty good as a decoration tool. Overall, I'm happy with the quality of it in terms of this is the first thing I've made to this sort of scale and to like the actual higher detail and stuff, so I have no complaints. It was a super fun project to do, and I'll definitely be doing something more like this in the future. Next time I'll probably design something in the actual model to allow me to put some supports in it, and that way maybe we can actually test it on something too. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about it. If you really did enjoy it, then please do leave likes, leave comments, share it with people, because I don't know how this is going to do. It might do really badly, and I mean, even if it does, I'll probably still do some more, but if I know that you guys do enjoy it, then I'll definitely make more regardless of the views. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.